Let's get into it, man. Tell me, what do we hear about? What do we hear about?
All right, so welcome to the Reviews and Brews podcast. I'm Dan Gill. We got
How's it good,
Zinodro, and we got our special guest today. Introduce
Zed,
yourself.
Zed, man, Zed here, out in Austin, Texas. Bow, 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 bow. Here to talk about some random shit. Nelson was like, "Yo, come on, hop on. What you up to?"
You don't want to do it at first. Let's be honest.
Bro, you didn't even tell me it was called Brews and nothing. Like, you just like, "Hey, what are you doing at 9:30?" I was like,
Oh, that's like terrible,
dude.
See,
Look at this. Look at me, man. I'm sitting here with water, dude. I had no idea that there was like a brew.
Yeah,
You don't even drink.
You're supposed to be bringing a brew.
Yeah, dude. Man,
Yeah.
fucked up.
Any in your? You wouldn't have even been able to. Do you have any in your fridge?
Yeah.
Go get one. Go get one.
I might actually just have something like White Claw or something like that. Like
Go for it. Go grab
Let's
something.
go. We'll start it off, and then you'll jump right into it. All right. So today's content. Well, one thing. Well, first off, what I want to say is that I'm finally getting my backdrop situated.
Yeah, it's coming together slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's finally coming together. It took me so many hours to kind of design it, put up that. You can't see it really from there, but just the whole the whole thing. Let me see if I could figure out a different way to kind of make it look nicer. While we wait for Zed.
I'm back, bro, and I'm so tired of this being about your frame looking nice, man. Come on.
Look at my new Gogeta figure, and this little thing fell out. But
it's cool, man. It's cool. Also, I got this. Shout out.
What are you drinking, Zed? What are you
Shout
drinking?
out to our sponsors, Topo Chico. Hard pineapple. What is it? Margarita hard seltzer, tropical pineapple. It's pretty good.
Nice.
I don't know if y'all have tried White Claw. I know they're like okay, not so great, but these are like when White Claws got hipster. It's amazing. They're the best.
I'll have to try that out. I haven't had those.
Oh yeah,
I'm drinking. We got Brooklyn Brewery Bel Air Sour over here.
What you said? What kind of sour?
Brooklyn Brewery Bel Air Sour.
Dude, Brooklyn Brewery is a nice brewery. I've had a couple of their beers.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And I love sour beers, so it's perfect for me.
Hit or miss for me, man. Hit or miss. Like I always liked them until this one time. Me and my buddy got a pitcher of some sour. You know, it's like that local brewery shit. You know, you don't know. Like sometimes it's too local. You know, it's too craft. And it's slightly off. Maybe.
It's too low.
We threw up, man. We threw up, dude. It was crazy.
Damn.
Both of us, so we threw up like in the parking lot. Half hour later, it was crazy.
And Zinodro's drinking the same beer that he drank last week.
Corona Light. Actually, I've been drinking.
Corona?
I don't want to say I've been drinking a lot, but I've been drinking a little bit.
Damn, this is actually hella good. I just tried it, first sip in a little while, and dude, shout out Topo Chico, our sponsors, man.
They're not our sponsors.
we wish we were sponsored by them.
Damn,
Zed's the type
flavors.
of guy. Wait. Zed's the type of guy that just kind of comes in is like, tu casa is mi casa type of deal. He's just coming into the podcast and just being like, yo, our sponsors and all of that.
It's all good. We love
Nelson the type of dude to show up late to his own podcast.
That part.
I'm on Spanish time, man.
Nelson's the type of dude that has us waiting to start the podcast because he doesn't have his audio and video shit together.
Yo, but I do like that neon sign, dude. It's kind of cool. It's pretty cool.
Wait,
live
guys,
on air.
Can you do me a favor? Can you you guys the link that Dan sent? Can you share it onto your Instagram and stuff?
That's not the link I sent.
Oh no, that's not right.
That's not right at all.
What's the link that you have to?
You gotta go to the Twitch and get that link.
Oh shit. Let me see. Well, when Dan jumps off, you and me could continue talking, Zed.
Where's Dan going?
I gotta go pick up my boy from the airport.
Oh, damn, bro. So let's just start talking about shit, man.
Yeah, so today we will be talking about we're gonna hit some DC topics because Zinodra and I just went to go see Black Adam last week, so talk about that, and then also some anime topics. If you got any anime fans out there.
I got big love for anime.
Okay, so you started off, Zed. What's your favorite anime?
So that's like a really broad question. I think there's a lot that goes into it. Is it, the best anime out there? Blah blah blah. But man, nearest and dearest to my heart might be Yu Yu Hakusho, anime from the '90s.
Good
Spirit
choice.
Detective Yusuke Urameshi, saving the day. Kind of like that OG Spirit Sword Kuwabara action for those who know. Ooh.
Oh no, I love Yu Yu
Ooh.
Hakusho.
Yeah, dude, that one's fire, man. I just thought
Their intro theme song to this day is one of the best in anime history.
Yes, Dan Gill. Yes, it is. That song is sick.
And just the lineup of characters, like there's not one person in that lineup that's like that you would say is useless.
Oh yeah, totally, man. Each guy is like super special and great. I always was such a big Hiei fan. Like I was a Hiei stan, bro. Like I thought he was so cool with his immortal black dragon. Just fucking wrecking noobs all over the world. Fucking Toguro, big beefy Toguro, like dark. I love it. Okay, I love a tournament. I think in anime.
Yeah.
So like when it was like.
Oh yeah, dude.
World
That's
Martial
actually.
Arts.
What's that? You broke off. Dan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All that OG Dragon Ball shit. So I just love like all those tournament style things. So Yu Yu Hakusho, Dark Tournament arc. That's it for me.
Definitely the best arc of the series for sure. Everyone gets to display their moves. Hiei's going in, powering up during the tournament.
Oh yeah, extended powering up, dude. That's my jam right there. What about you, man? What's your favorite anime?
Mine is Naruto.
That's honestly that's pretty big as well. Just like I feel like that probably got me into anime formally.
Wait, so you watched? Did you watch Naruto first or Yu Yu Hakusho first?
It's hard for me to like think back in timing. I think I watched Yu Yu Hakusho and randomly Naruto a little bit, but like I just thought of them as cartoons. And then when I started watching Naruto, like for real, and then ran out of anime and then like had to go into Japanese like sub stuff for the first time. And then went into like actually reading manga for the first time. And then pretty much like for years, I was like really big into just reading manga. And then like, I didn't even really watch that much anime. So I feel like Naruto got me into like the manga phase of my life.
Yeah.
And then I got real hooked on like stuff like One Piece, So yeah, I mean, but yeah, and dude, Naruto's just epic. I feel like it's just like he's like just that OG try hard motherfucker Naruto,
Right. And I don't know. Did you watch the newest One Piece movie, One Piece Red?
No, I haven't watched it. Was it good?
I haven't watched it. It just came out in theaters though, like last week.
So I'm kind of like a little bit like I don't always watch all the movies. Like I kind of hit them every now and again. But if it's not like canon, if it's not like part of the main sort of storyline.
I think it might be.
Is it? Can you just?
No, it's not. The Red.
Usually movies are not, bro.
None of the only anime movies that have been canon, the only actually movie that I know for like any anime that I know is canon is probably like DB, Dragon Ball, Super Broly. Even Gohan has been not considered that like much canon. So
I'm pretty sure the newest Dragon Ball Z movie is canon.
Need a placeholder for this beer. Sorry.
but also the Jujutsu Kaisen movie was canon as well.
Jujutsu Kaisen. I didn't. Oh,
that's a weird one, dude. I
read the anime. I read the manga. I didn't watch the anime movie for that.
The premise of Jujutsu Kaisen is if you slurp up this dude's 10 fingers, you become like a jacked up super demon. Like that's so random, honestly. But it's cool, and I watched it. But I'm just saying.
The manga gets so boring though, man. Like I'm up to date. Well, pretty much up to date. I'm probably like a few chapters, like maybe 3 chapters behind, 2 chapters behind. But like it just got really boring. I think it's like I'm not sure if it's in the end game right now, but it's definitely getting there.
It could be like building up to like a hiatus of some sort.
No, it's like in the middle. It's just even the action scenes are like kind of like eh. The only like right now, My Hero Academia is getting into the end, definitely in the end game. But it's kind of like, it's not super great. And then yeah, and Dragon Ball Super is it's in hiatus right now, probably for another month or two.
Yo, but Nelson, what's your favorite anime?
Probably Dragon Ball, like in its entirety, Dragon Ball Z and Super.
Oh, that's a long journey from. I feel like that was probably my first like anime experience. Yeah, I definitely watched Dragon Ball Z before even Naruto or any of that. Yeah.
Mhm. That's definitely favorite manga though. If
No
would
one asked that question. No, not one
Well,
soul.
we're getting in there. We're getting in
No,
there.
no, we were never getting into that.
My
What,
favorite
Dan?
manga.
Dan, you're not a
honestly,
manga fan, dude, or what?
No, I don't read manga.
he doesn't know how to read.
All
So
I do
manga,
is
dude,
read.
has some cool benefits over anime. Like number one, you get the original artistic vision of the writer, right? Before it gets like bought by some anime company like Funimation or whatever. I don't know how it all works, but before they basically like tone it down, they always cut out like some of like the fight, like some of the hardcore, you know, fighting and shit like that, like the blood and stuff in the edited like for kids anime version. But you get that unedited content, that unedited vision from manga. And also none of that crazy like dubbed like voices. Like One Piece and Naruto are a great example of like, dude, Naruto's just when it's in the dub, like he's just yelling like all the time about everything. And it's just like he's so much cooler in the and bro, also the fight sequences in anime never really make sense because they're always pausing to talk. But
Yeah,
in the
that's true.
comic, it totally flows. Like when you're having this whole ass conversation in the middle of a fight scene, it totally makes sense. You
I mean,
know?
that's also like the shonen trope, though. Like the loud main protagonist, like just screaming
Maybe,
all the time.
yeah, but I feel like they're not as loud in the
Mm.
comics or something. I don't know. Like it's just too much. I think it's also the voices they pick in the.
That's true too. I mean, some of the times it's like the same voice actor for each of the main characters too.
Yeah. Oh, like for instance, like Sanji in One Piece. What is it? Is voiced by the guy who voices Trunks.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
crazy, man. They definitely got to spread the voice acting work a little bit. Like some of these voices are dope, but I hear Piccolo like everywhere.
yeah.
I definitely hear Piccolo everywhere I go.
Like that voice sounds familiar. Is that Gohan's dad?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, no, I'm lying. I do. The only manga that I do read is Boruto because it's so different from the anime.
Okay, dope. I didn't even know that Boruto was actually a manga. I thought, honestly, I just thought that it's kind of like Dragon Ball, where Dragon Ball was the manga and then everything else was anime. And then I figured it was the same with Naruto, where they just started like making it. It's all like TV now. But you said there's an actual manga for it.
Yeah, there's a Boruto manga. The manga came first, and then they were releasing anime episodes, but it doesn't follow the manga at all.
The other cool thing about manga, dude, you can find some vintage ass manga. Like I read this one called Hajime no Ippo, which is like about this dude who's trying to become the world champion, like the world champion boxer.
Hmm.
And he's been trying since the 80s, bro. Like it's crazy. He's just like they're like way over 1,000 chapters in, just still struggling to be the world champion. It's like Pokemon, like where it just doesn't end.
Actually, I read on Google Ash is actually going to be world champion probably this week or next week.
That's pretty cool.
Like you know how they made it all like a big fucking thing like last year where it was like or 2 years ago where like everywhere like New York Times, maybe ESPN, all these news outlets are saying like he finally became a Pokemon master because he finally gained his first championship, right? But this time he was actually because I was reading on that. And it said that he was in this like Master of Champions thing, and he's going up against like Leon. I still play the game sometime, and I played which one was the one that came out with Scarlet, right? What was the one? Not Arceus, the one before that. It was Sword and Shield. Leon is the guy he has to go up against because they all went up against each other. Like he was going up against like he beat Cynthia, who was like in like the original 4 or whatever Elite 4. He beat like a bunch of others like Lance and stuff like that. And Leon is the last one. because it was like a champion style type of deal.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah. So yeah, so we'll probably hear about that on the news again.
Do you still keep up with Pokemon, dude?
What's that?
Do you still keep? You said you play the games. Do you still keep up with Pokemon mostly? Or?
Like with the games, yeah. Sometimes.
Is the show still good? Do you know? I mean, I feel like
I never watched. No, I just heard that from Google because
I feel like the show is gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be like a Dragon Ball situation. Like nothing really changes. It's like the same type of ordeal throughout the entire series.
See, the problem with I also just don't. I've only seen like I have no knowledge of like what's going on in the show, but I don't like what I've seen in terms of clips that show the animation style. It just seems like a little like
the new animation style.
Yeah, but I'm also like I just kind of like the style that I get used to, maybe or something. But yeah, I don't like the way it looks really.
See, that's what I've been watching is just like little clips from what had happened. And that's how I know about that. I was like, holy shit, what is this? Like, because it was on like, I saw it before. And so I was just like, oh, okay, what's going on here? Like we've been waiting for this since we were kids. And then I just saw that. And then like now, ever since I knew he was in like that top 8, every so often I'll just Google like, or on YouTube, I'll do the search. I'll be like, Ash in that top 8 and see where he's at, or Google it and see where the recent. That's it.
Yo,
like
honestly,
I don't watch it. I just like read like a quick synopsis because I'm like, oh shit, they're finally done with it.
I watch clips on YouTube, but that's the extent of that.
To be honest, it totally makes sense, man. Like it would take a long ass time to become a Pokemon master. Like I get it, but I do feel like they could age him a little bit. Like.
That's my thing. Like how much time is passing in between each like.
It's super. Season. They just threw that out the window. They just said like time doesn't exist here, which is cool, I guess.
No, that's yeah. So I don't watch that. The only ones I do watch, I was watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and then I started reading the manga after I caught up with the anime. Demon Slayer, didn't really like it. I kind of stopped.
I feel like Demon Slayer is really like loved for some reason, but like I think it's cool and everything, but I feel like it's definitely a little overhyped.
I think so too.
Like yeah. I feel like it gets a lot of love for like maybe like fashion elements, maybe.
I think it's the art style that they get
that's exactly what
for. Yeah.
But I feel like the actual storyline is like meh,
I can definitely see that. Like some of the Demon Slayer arcs are not as strong as others. Like for instance, the most recent Entertainment District arc was, I think, the best arc so far.
You know what's a good anime topic? What would you say is like a totally underrated anime? Like you guys got to watch it, but you ain't never heard about it. Don't worry, I'll go first while you guys think about
it. Go for it.
Go ahead.
Zatch Bell. Have you guys ever
That was a great anime. That was a great anime right there.
I know which one.
Really cool.
I had the game for GameCube.
Oh damn! I don't even know if I don't think I had that. That's sick. But like I thought that was honestly a really great one, and the premise was like there was these like it's like weird to explain, but like call them like gnomes or something. But like
I would call them dolls.
Dolls, like little children type dolls. There was like these otherworldly like royal children who all entered our dimension to go participate in this like battle royale to become king. Love a battle royale. Like
it was like
just drop all these dolls across the world. They're all gonna find each other and fight until one is standing.
I would say it was like Black Clover mixed with like.
So I'm watching Black Clover right now, which is what made me think of this one actually.
Oh yeah, I love Black Clover, but like you were saying, it's like the shonen trope of like the main character being loud and obnoxious at times.
In Black Clover, not
yeah.
Not in Zatch Bell. You had that kind of smart calculating. I think his name was like Kyo or something like that. I forget, but he was cool as fuck, man. And Zatch or Gash or whatever, he was just badass. And you had this book of spells, and you were unlocking these spells throughout time. So I definitely feel like Black Clover like ripped off of that show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Black Clover, by the way, I feel like is a super tropey anime. Like I'm watching it and it's kind of like pretty decent, and I'm watching through it for sure. But
it just
I do
gets
feel
better
like
as it goes along though.
I
That's the
do
good
feel
thing
like
about it.
it feels like a lot of it is like stolen from like other shows, like formulaic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm totally hooked. I love me a demon sword. I love a guy with no powers, you know.
The underdog.
The underdog, I love
That's
that,
still
dude.
OP.
Let's see you fuck him up, boy. No magic powers, you know.
Right. Anti-magic.
Oh, but you know, there was another manga I read a long time ago with like a guy who had no magic powers, who got into a magic school, who had magic, who managed to get like a magic canceling skill, and it was the exact same thing. You know what I mean? So I feel like yeah, like some of this stuff, you see the pieces in like other animes, and then they kind of bring it together in a cool way.
Don't they do the same thing similarly, I guess, in My Hero Academia? Where it's like they start off with no powers or quirks, the way the powers are called in the manga and anime, and then Deku just like he proves himself to All Might, who's considered like the Superman of their world, and then because he proves
Yeah, but I
himself.
like I like I think they do a better job of it in My Hero Academia. And there's like a couple reasons. Number one, I like that there's this all for one skill, right? And then there's this like one for all skill, and it's kind of like there's this like duality thing going on. I guess that's also happening in Black Clover with this like light
I
and
haven't
dark
watched Black
kind of
Clover.
thing. You should watch it, dude. I think you would like it.
I personally like Black Clover more than I like My Hero.
I think it's hard. I have to keep watching it so before I say anything. And I feel like My Hero has like it's super tropey as well, and definitely like all about the ladies and
So,
that.
outside of One for All and All for One, which My Hero quirk would you want?
Bro, I have to like think about it because I don't know them all well enough. I think like just generally like a copy skill is kind of cool, like to be able to copy other people's powers. It's super underrated, and that guy never wins, but that's so badass. Like be able to like copy other powers. So like that's always a guy, and he never wins because like you can never copy to me in my because if you copy me 100%, like I'm gonna go 120%. Like you know what I mean?
Plus
Like,
ultra type thing.
yeah, dude. It's like that guy never wins, but like I do think it's a badass skill. Like if you could perfectly copy any skill, that's sick,
I would
What-
say which one? Well, I just had it. Maybe Stars and Stripes. If you're on top of the manga, you would probably know. But if you're not, then I'll kind of just leave that up to you guys to kind of find out.
Stars and Stripes. I mean, you're gonna have to just explain it. I think
She's the number one hero of United States.
she's like a wrestler.
What? No. I forgot her. She can like pretty much, I think if I remember, her quirk is it's kind of weird. It's like she can control kind of the all matter like kind of around her, which is like describing it or just like talking. I'd have to kind of like look it up. I want to see. I would have to look up like let me see, but I think
So rather than thinking My Hero Academia quirks, I would switch over to One Piece Devil Fruits. And
but your guys are way ahead of me. Oh, but let me talk to you about the quirk. It's called New Order. So it allows her to alter reality by physically touching the subject and saying its name before declaring a rule, causing it to change its physical properties. For instance, she attempted to stop someone from moving. Otherwise, his heart would stop, but it failed due to him being possessed by blah, blah, blah. Due to the possibilities of her quirk, All for One wanted to get it. However, New Order still has limitations, so she can only declare a maximum of 2 rules at one time, and if the subject's identity is uncertain, her quirk won't work on them.
That's so random.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so she makes a rule like saying like, if you don't do this, your heart will stop. And then
I don't always like that kind of stuff. Like they actually did that in Yu Yu Hakusho in the manga and that I mentioned, right? So it's like you have this idea, like you have chi or some sort of power thing, right? That you can collect and like do something with. or you have like a quirk and you can do some crazy like superpower and like edits your, but like I just feel like then they just start getting these quirks or devil fruits or whatever that just don't follow the rules set up by the universe. Like,
fuck you, Nick.
is it?
Motherfucker just comes on to just roast me.
Roasted.
But you can't see it. Says Nelson has like 40 hoodies on his door.
You do, dude.
Yo, what's up, Nick? How you doing? We're talking about
What's going on,
anime.
Nick?
What's up, man?
What's your favorite anime, Nick? Like of all time?
Where do you guys see all this? It's like in the
You're not
It's
on
on
the
Twitch.
thing.
It's on Twitch.
Oh, dude, I'm just.
No, the comments come up on StreamYard too.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking on
it's right.
StreamYard.
It's right on the right side. I guess maybe because he's on his phone, he can't see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it all now. I see it. Okay, cool. Damn, yeah, I'm on my phone though, like a total chump, I guess.
It's all good.
Oh,
He
it's
said
Dragon
you
Ball
should
Z.
know Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. That's true. He's got so many. He's the one who got me into like getting all these figures and stuff like that. I still blame him.
All right, so I would say the quirk I would go with is Dark Shadow from Tokiyami, and the Devil Fruit I would go with is probably Trafalgar Law's Devil Fruit, the Opie Opie fruit.
Yeah, dude, that one's a sick one. Definitely doesn't follow the rules. I feel like that one's a badass one. I would pick that one too.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I would pick Marco's Phoenix, dude.
That was pretty dope. I like that one.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these. I'm way behind
It's okay,
all of you
man.
guys.
You can pick the rubber one, dude. That's a good one.
Yeah, you can have the Gum Gum fruit.
I mean, they're definitely leading up to like saying that that's gonna be like hella dope. So I mean, and it's a main character power, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know. I'm excited to see where it ends up because I'm only on episode 200. I still am like way behind.
Yeah, you are.
Bro, you know what? In a couple days, you'll be way further in. You'll have way less hoodies on your door.
Nelson's been watching it for already 2 weeks now, so I don't know if it's gonna be like a couple days.
Damn, bro, keep moving quick, dude.
Yeah, I just like put it on the background. Like that's why I watch it dubbed because I get to do other stuff. Watch, study.
It's
on
true.
other
You really
stuff.
don't miss out on much either. Like I feel like somehow they still be doing the same battle like 3 episodes later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All I'm doing is just I'm also like what's it called? Like working on my like TikToks and stuff, like moving around videos and stuff, and just like writing lyrics and stuff while I'm fucking watching the One Piece dub.
Which is complete ass.
It's the voices, dude. I don't know what they do. Like, I feel like it'd be cool to start like a voice actor kind of like, I don't know, label. I don't know what to call that. Like where you got voice
agency. It's agency.
Agency, yeah. And then like just find some good voices for some of these guys. I don't know. They just like whoever's in charge of like hiring for voices on top anime at Netflix. Like I just need to like contract that guy and get like 10 guys.
Dan, you gotta go.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn, dude! Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you as well. We'll have you on again.
Sounds good, dude.
All right,
Yeah,
peace out,
that's a
fellas.
great guest.
Dude, One Piece is complete ass. Damn, Nick.
No,
No,
he said
the
that-
dub.
Oh, the dub. I was like, damn, bro, that's some bad taste. But all right, just the dub.
Later, Nick.
Yeah, let's see. So he's gonna bounce off. Let's see if he bounces off without like ending the broadcast. Oh, perfect. All right, so it's just us two now. Perfect. Okay.
That's right, Nick. That's the good correction that we needed to hear, man. Yeah, dub is ass.
Oh, I should have gotten another beer before Dan left. Whatever. All right, so we were talking about best anime, what quirks you wanted, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we were gonna talk about Black Adam, but I don't think you've watched that yet, right? DC.
I haven't, dude. Like you can tell me if it was good at least. I mean, don't
What is
say
it?
that happened, but
It was not bad. Nick was supposed to come see it with us, but he couldn't. And but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. What I wanted to point out about it, and I think this is really important, is that when I invited you and I said, "Can you go today?" and then you were like, "Nah, I can't. I'm gonna get too late," because we were going to New Brunswick. No, we didn't reschedule because I had already bought the tickets, or I got the tickets through the AMC thing. It was too late at that point.
Excuse me.
But we're gonna go. We definitely want to go see something else with you. There's a lot of movies coming out.
Damn, bro, I want this invite.
Yes, that. Yeah, if you were in Jersey or whatever, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but we're trying to get more and more on, watching. But the thing that I really wanted to point out, yeah, for sure, yo, Nick, anytime, because you guys, he lives right near the theater, like with the AMC, with the Dolby, so that's really dope. But the one thing I wanted to point out, right, for those that don't know, is that I have not really been listening to the Rotten Tomatoes score. I shouldn't say listening, paying attention to the Rotten Tomatoes score in a long time, since Star Wars: The Last Jedi came out a few years ago, because of the disparity between the score, the audience score, and the critic score, right? So the critic score, if I remember correctly, for The Last Jedi was about like 93%, right? Really, really highly rated film.
Mm-mm.
The audience score, on the other hand, if I want to say, it was definitely rotten. I want to say it was around 40%. So ever since then, I've really have not taken the critic score to heart, right? And not paid attention to that score, right? I paid attention really to just the audience score. Zed, can you hear me?
Yeah, dude, I hear you. I'm sorry if I'm not reacting. It's just you already told me this whole thing like a week ago.
No, I know, but this is for the audience.
For the people,
you.
for the people.
For the people, right?
Zed, the audience score. I only take stock in the audience score now.
Yeah, but so same thing happened with the Black Adam. The audience score, except it was the opposite this time. The audience score. Yeah, exactly. The Rotten Tomatoes. So Dan is right. The Rotten Tomatoes critic score was really low for Black Adam. I don't have. Let me check the numbers real quick while I go. But it was really, really low for the critic score, right? And it was really high for the audience score. Yeah. So and they were right. It was not meant to be some sort of like, Oscar-winning film. That's not what The Rock does, right? The Rock has had this movie in production since, I believe, like 2007, 2008. So right now, the audience score with the critic score with 271 critics reviews is, I think he posted it, 39%. 89% is the audience score for Black Adam.
But do you feel like that audience score
right? Is and this is
just loving The Rock though?
Possibly some of them, but I think the more reviews, it says over 5,000 reviews. The more reviews you have, the more, I believe, verifiable the score, right? And that goes with anything, right? It's more accurate. And I watched the movie. I thought, it's not an amazing movie, but it's a really, really good movie.
Yeah, I also feel like people are setting everything by the standard of like the Marvel universe, and probably for a DC movie, it's pretty good,
Yeah, Dan's right. It was a good anti-hero movie. It was, it was a little. There's some things that, of course, I wouldn't say they were cheesy. Definitely not as cheesy as a Marvel film. Like,
Dang, you think
although
Marvel films are cheesy? Like all of them, or just?
no, they're getting cheesier.
Yeah, I would say they're getting cheesy now at this point, you know, because they've done a lot of them, you know.
No, but it's getting cheesier. I think ever since like certain movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, where they had a lot of
Comedy.
a little quips. My brother calls them quips. You know, they just do little side comments on the side before the end of a quick scene, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah,
make a
yeah.
joke about it. I'll give a good example without ruining the movie. So in Black Adam, right? He Yeah, Black Adam does have a better rewatch value. There was the difference was like I remember that he like kept like going through walls and stuff, right? Just smashing through walls. Like as like it was like kind of funny, right? You know, because there's like doors, you know, and he's just going through walls. But like people didn't really, you know, they made like one comment about it later on. But I feel like in a Marvel movie, they would have made like a comment after like every like 3 or 4 times he did it.
Dude, I hear you. I just think like you know, Dance Come as like, you know, compared to any Marvel movie this year, and it's just like people aren't comparing it to Marvel movies this year. They're just comparing it to Marvel movies, you know. And
Mhm.
some of the Marvel movies be lit. They be good.
So Nick asked, did Black Adam have any on-screen kills? He actually did. The first kill he does, and I actually thought of you, Nick. You know, I was like, damn. I wish Nick was here because he could have seen this. I was like, I'm not gonna ruin it, but it was like the first kill. I was like the first, yeah, he does, and it was kind of brutal actually for a PG-13 film. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think they did that with the idea in the back of their mind, like with what Nick said, because you know, me and Nick had a conversation where he doesn't think that, you know, The Rock being, you know, this, I think, global family, I think to an extent family friendly star where he can oh yeah, that thing. Yeah. And so but yeah, he's a family friendly star that, you know, he's not gonna have any on screen kills like with him and the enemy in the same shot, you know? So that's what I thought that Nick meant. I'm not gonna put words into his mouth. But yeah. But there are deaths in the film that he does. Actually, no, there's one more gruesome death that he actually does that's actually more gruesome than that. But I'm not gonna ruin that. But yeah, so yeah, no, he does on-screen kills, and overall it was just a good movie, you know. One thing without ruining the film, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I one of the reasons I wanted to do this podcast was because I like learn a lot about pop culture, you know, and stuff. Like I go on like, you know, Twitter has like, you know, people that have insights into movies. Dan will say that I just love spoilers, right? That's what Dan and Steve say, right? But I just like knowing like the background of stuff. And so one thing that I learned was that The Rock, he wanted he wanted something to happen in the film, right? And the original CEO or the head of DC Films didn't want that to happen. I forgot the guy's name, but so what The Rock did is he went over his head and asked the Warner Brothers, I believe, Discover CEO, or it may have been before the merger, the Warner Brothers CEO, and the guy was like, "Holy shit, that's like a great idea." And so they implemented that idea. And I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, but the idea actually was a really good one, and I love the idea. Um, and everybody who's seen the film, it's one of those things that they posted all over like social media, YouTube, on clips where they're like, "Holy shit!" It's like one of those like audience shock type of deals where you know, uh, on like YouTube and stuff where they do that. And so that was all like The Rock going over the guy's head, the DC head, and the guy's fired already. They've just announced that James Gunn, right, the guy that created, or I should say directed, Guardians of the Galaxy, is going to be taking over the creative side of DC. They've hired someone else for the business side, but for the creative side, like the Kevin Feige type, the guy who heads Marvel Studios, but for DC. And so James Gunn's going to be heading that. And for those that don't know, he also directed The Suicide Squad, which was the sequel to Suicide Squad, the one with Will Smith. So The Suicide Squad, which was the one with Idris Elba, right? What's that?
Was that one good? I didn't see that one.
The Suicide Squad was really good. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I recommend that one for sure.
Yeah, dude, my DC knowledge is lacking.
No, it's fine. It's definitely, it's not a great, for the movie sides at least, the IP is not that great. I feel like they should take some notes from the animation side, like the DC animation movies universe, with the Flashpoint paradox, and using all of that to kind of take ideas from there, and then except don't take the ideas of where they ended the universe or ended that part of the universe before they rebooted it. With I forgot what is it, Justice League Dark movie. I hated that movie. I shouldn't say I hated it, but it wasn't that great. So, and I think that The Rock did put a lot of his money into that movie because he wanted it to do it under his partly his vision as well, because he spent so much time. And I'm excited, for what the future is. And we also have to thank Shazam, the movie, for really being able to give it, more of that push that it needed.
How did Shazam give it a push?
Oh yeah, the animated Justice League Dark movie. It was it was mixed. It didn't give that continuity like justice. No pun intended. But yeah, Zaid, what was that? Sorry.
Oh no, dude. I don't even remember. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, so that's DC, but we were talking about anime. I think you should definitely if there's films that you gotta watch in DC, I would say it'd be Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Suicide Squad.
I think I saw the first Wonder Woman. I don't think I saw the one where she goes.
The second one was
back
trash.
in time. I don't think I saw
Absolute that. Trash.
And then I saw some of the Superman, Batman ones. I saw Venom, which is that's not
Venom
DC,
was Marvel.
Right? Yeah, it's Marvel, Sony, something like that, right?
Yeah, it's Marvel, Sony.
That's what I was asking about. Yeah, that's right, Nick. Thank you, man. How did Shazam pave the way for Black Adam? I didn't really get that. Just because they're both big, buff, Superman types, or what?
Oh, because Black Adam is actually the arch enemy of Shazam, which I don't think is what they're going to be doing in this.
I'm just really showing my lack of Black Adam knowledge, so
they're not going to do that because it's The Rock, and instead of Black Adam is typically, I think for the most part, a villain, straight up villain, but they didn't make him a villain. He made him an anti-hero, kind of more like Punisher.
Yeah, dude, that's because The Rock's got to be some kind of hero anyways, so
exactly, that's why. And they can't make a multi-million really in the comics too. I think for maybe the new versions of the comics, right? But I thought the old continuity had him as more of a villain, but I don't know much about the comics. He looks like Namor with those fucking ears. Which I'm excited to see how they do Black Panther. I've been hearing mixed things about Black Panther.
I just don't understand how, man. They had that patch of flowers, and it got stomped. So I don't understand how they're gonna have a new Black Panther.
Doom is gonna be the next big bad. Dr. Doom, which I'm excited about seeing. It's going to be very, very exciting to see what they have in store for Dr. Doom. But yeah, so the Black Panther movie will be it will be the mark of the end of Phase 4 of Marvel before the start of Phase 5, which will be beginning with technically unless you consider the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special that's coming out. All I'll say is they may bring Doom in earlier than you'd think. Remember, from what I'm hearing, I don't want to ruin anything. Dr. Doom, for those that don't know who we're talking about, but they're gonna bring in Doom. They may be bringing Doom in a little earlier than what you think, because eventually he'll be the bad guy for the Fantastic Four, which I believe will be the start of Phase 6. I think, and I'm not sure if Deadpool comes in before or after, so we'll see about that. So we'll see what ends up.
Deadpool, like they're gonna bring in Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
No, I didn't know that. I feel like he's gonna be kind of old by the time they bring him in.
Yeah, you didn't hear it. You know who's gonna be in it, right? Hugh Jackman.
Oh, what?
You didn't hear? You didn't see it? It was all over YouTube. It was all over social
No,
media.
dude.
You gotta look it up. Look up go on YouTube and put Deadpool announcement of Hugh Jackman when you get off of this. It's really fucking cool. I don't know how he convinced Hugh Jackman to come back.
Because they're buddies, bro.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
attractive.
so amazing. Yeah, everyone was roasting him about the Reed Richards stuff. You know, I was like, Dan loved Doctor Strange. That's where Reed Richards came up, Fantastic Four. I hated Doctor Strange. I think because my expectations were so high. You don't call it the multiverse of madness. Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, the multiverse of madness, and then just do that. I think Nick is going to roast me for that so bad.
Oh, my God. So
oh, my God. I hate you guys so much because I knew you guys were just.
You could have worked past. You could have moved right past it, dude.
I know, but I didn't know what they were thinking and shit. And then Dan, like. But anyway, so yeah, Doctor Strange was trash. Thor.
Cumberbatch myself. So.
Did you watch that anyway?
What, Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
The first couple Doctor. Yeah, I've seen Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Oh, you saw the second one?
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, I don't like it.
Nelson, ¿quieres comer? That's so funny. That's so nice. That's actually
Nelson, but yeah. So
okay, let's move past it. I'm sorry.
But okay, so all right, I want to go back to the anime topic because you were telling me. So I'm on One Piece now.
Yeah.
Right. Is there anything else I should watch after I'm done with One Piece? Eventually.
Oh my God, man! There's a million things you should watch. What are you looking for? In your life, you looking for a little sports anime? You looking for like something current, something fresh, something the kids are watching? Like, what are you looking for?
Some of the kids are watching. I think I'm watching what the kids are watching. Right? It's like My Hero Academia and shit.
I don't know, man. That sounds like some millennial shit, man. I'm talking about that Gen Z anime.
What's the Gen Z anime?
I don't know, man. I'm just talking honestly. Like I have no idea. Shit, man. Big shout out to One Punch Man. I don't know if you ever watched it. Did you watch that one?
I've watched the first season, and then I heard it gets bad. I saw it just started though, the anime. I don't like going into animes that are too new because like it'll be years before they're done. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay. I said Yu Yu Hakusho. Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I've watched Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's a badass one. You didn't watch Black Clover though, right? Me and Dan were talking about that one.
Black Clover, I have not watched.
You should watch that one. It's cool. It's pretty cool. So pretty cool.
Yeah. I want to see when Jujutsu Kaisen comes back for season 2. Hopefully it comes. Even though I'm caught up. Excuse me. Almost caught up with the manga. I've heard, yeah. You guys
Chainsaw
keep
Man, dude. I
bringing
kind
up
of wanted
Black
to
Clover.
watch Chainsaw Man. I see that in the comments. I feel like it looks dope. Some guy with a chainsaw, like for a fucking face, basically. Like that looks crazy.
Doesn't he like kill demons? Like that's his thing. As like a
I've literally
chainsaw?
only seen the trailer, but I'm all about like how wild it looks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were talking about, now I remember, you were talking about like underrated animes. I'm not sure if this is considered an underrated anime. Parasite.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if it's underrated because I don't know if people don't watch it, but that one I actually thought was hella dope. Like,
Is that the one with the one with the hand?
yeah, and I think that like I'm waiting to see kind of like what they do with it with like season 2 and all that shit. That one is a really good one, I thought.
Season
And then
two.
I
This
see
is
that Dan said Darwin's Game too is a really good one. I've never heard of Darwin's Game, but I'll watch it. Oh, you know what's a good one, dude? You learn a little science too. Dr. Stone. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I have heard of that one. I just never watched it. I remember, I think when I was back on like watching stuff on like Crunchyroll, there would be like mad like ads about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this shit. So, but
What? There's not going to be a season 2 of Parasite? They like built up so much shit, dude. These like alien parasites are having human babies and like changing and shit. How are you going to just stop the whole thing?
they ended the anime, like the
But I mean, it wasn't over really. It wasn't like I feel like we were just starting to figure out what it was like to like have parasites and humans teaming up, you know, and like
what was the last thing you remember?
um I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I just remember like there was that lady who, you know, was one of the parasites and she like had a baby and then she like handed off the baby to the main character and was like, take care of this baby. And then she got shot up by like the whole military, brah, brah, brah. And then that was like the last thing. And then some sort of like thing where Miki the hand went to sleep.
Yes, it did. Yeah, okay, so yeah.
Yeah, but she was like, oh, I'm totally gonna go to sleep and then I'm gonna wake up and things are gonna be like a little bit different. But then like it just ended. That's
Yeah.
like I thought we are waiting for her to wake up, man.
No, he goes to sleep just because he's trying to transcend into a different plane or something. I thought that was like what he was trying to do.
Yeah, but then like I wanted to see the butterfly,
Yeah,
the
that's
transcendence.
what happened. Dan, I mean Zed.
I don't know, man. I just thought that it would like be the next. I thought we would see like what happens afterwards, but I guess I was wrong. I think also like sometimes these like series don't get renewed, you know, so you just get one season.
Mm-hmm.
They had to have like a bigger plan than whatever they put out, you know. I think Attack on Titan's also a great one, which I know everyone's seen. It's kind of probably like over talked about, but it's a good one.
My brother said it ends horribly.
It's a
One of the
little
most
wild. It's a little wild. Like
terrible
I'm not
endings.
totally. I don't think it's like terrible, but it didn't go the way you maybe wanted it. You know, like the way we all wanted it to go, maybe. But that's
All I know is the way that looked, and I haven't like I never like read it. I watched like maybe the first few seasons, and I kind of know what happens in the manga. Would a good way to describe it is like the whole like series is just really about seeing like the big bad guys transcendence into being the big bad guy. Would that be like kind of like an accurate description?
I don't know, man. I guess I think it's kind of like it's just we're all good and bad, you know. And it's just like I think most anime you kind of have like a Goku type character who's like super good no matter what, and then in Attack on Titan you kind of have a character who like learns about how the world's like dicking over his whole community, and then he's just like, nah, I'm gonna dick all of you guys over. It's just like not us inside the wall. It's all of you outside the wall. I'm gonna fuck your shit up. Like, and I kind of feel like that's a reasonable response. I mean, totally not measured. Could be a little bit more mature, but like, I feel like sometimes Goku is like way more random, where he's just like, let's fight for justice.
No, Goku just maybe back in the day, but he's really just about fighting to get stronger. At this point in the manga, and I believe Vegeta is like the most righteous character. Trying to do
whatever.
what's
My
right.
point just being,
Yeah, I know you're.
like these tropey guys who don't like change their minds on anything, but I feel like Aaron, he was just like this guy who like wanted to like go outside the walls and like have a good time, and everyone was just like, no, like you can't, you're a menace, and so he just sort of like got pissed, I guess. I don't know. I get it.
But yeah. Well, but also you got to think about it. Attack on Titan is not really a typical shonen, I would say. Like it's not like Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z. All the typical shonens, I would say they're all like they usually have that like especially the big ones like Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z. They have the trope of like the main character being a dopey guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron's not a dopey guy, but he's like a little dopey. And then also, they all have the same thing where they transform it. They have a hidden power, and that hidden power is like actually this giant form, which in Naruto's case is like a nine-tailed fox. In Black Clover's case, it's just like, I don't know what it is yet because I'm still watching it, but seeming like this big ass demon type guy. And then in Attack on Titan, it's just the Attack Titan. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like that's kind of a tropey anime thing, but it's also badass and I love it. So
that's actually a good topic for another time, like tropes of animes, tropes in like movies or typical movies of like certain times, like comic book movies. We could definitely talk about that. We could definitely invite you if you're down to come next week.
Man, I'll check my schedule.
Oh my god, yeah. What are you gonna do? Like bandage up some stupid ass candles? No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, damn. So, bro, hit me in my nuts here.
I'm kidding, man. Your candles are nice.
I have a successful holiday candle making business. Super random, I know. And it's busy time, man. Out here, we be making candles for the people.
So, I hit somebody up or told somebody about your candles because they have candles. This very, very good rapper that I know is called Lando is Living, and he actually sells like merchandise and stuff. And one of the things he sells is candles. So I told him, I'm like, yo, I could hit you up. Maybe, you could work something out with this guy, get you probably cheaper than probably what he's doing, and probably get like a good.
Hey, man, I'm not really trying to do stuff for cheaper though, to be honest. Like,
I never said cheaper. I just said a deal, like, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but definitely, I'll let him know again. I feel like, I just, telling people, to kind of show, the homie love.
Yeah, dude, spread the word, man. We've been out here cranking out mad candles, so 7th Street Candle Co. at 7th Street Candle Co. So, but anyways, super, super totally off topic. So, I know, dude. That's so Nelson. He's like, oh, you could do a deal, bro. Like my shit's kind of expensive. Like, not gonna lie. So,
I will see. Oh yeah, I forgot. My single came out. It's called "Who You Know." It's produced by Epic to Dawn, engineered by Sir Nicholas. In the Dead Zone. So please check that out. It's on all streaming platforms. I'm gonna be, posting more about it. I never said he was gonna get a 50% deal off. I just said, let him just like, maybe you could work something out with him. I said maybe,
Yeah, but you just be saying too much maybes, man. But also, yeah, dude, let's stream this single, man. I would love to hear it right now.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll just hit it up, put it on. We could end the broadcast, but I definitely, Zed, if you're free to do it next week, I think we all love to have you. We could talk about anime and stuff.
I'll watch Black Adam by next week.
We could talk a little bit about that. Nick, we're definitely got to watch something. And we'd love to have you eventually on the podcast too. I feel like, especially your input on anime, you definitely know. I gotta catch up with you guys. You guys like overshadow me a lot. Yo, fuck you, Nick.
Yeah.
He said a coupon the first street. Zenodro. Okay, we get it. Yes, but yeah. So, but yeah, I'm gonna like work on some music stuff. Oh, by the way, the stickers came in. The actual stickers, they're so dope. Shout out
Take
to
them out the bag, dude. Take them out the bag so the people.
not yet. I'm gonna take them out when I go. Me and Nick actually are gonna be going on Monday to this Inspired Word, I believe it's called, in New York City.
I feel like isn't that some place that Nin used to perform at?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where I got it from him.
Nice.
I told Nitin to come. He couldn't. He's in Miami right now. So
Word.
But he'll definitely be coming out for more shows and bringing him out and stuff like that. We'll be doing. Yeah. I'll be handing those stickers out. It has the QR code to my link tree, so it'll be dope. I'll probably like shout it out on stage. I'll be like, yeah, guys, like I have like these dope ass stickers, right there. It's definitely hit them out. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Yeah, we'll see how the new single's dope. I like it. More singles to come. In the future, I got one in like in like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, I'd say, with this dope, really good rapper from Jersey too, named Zano. So, yeah, and eventually, Zed, I want you to hop on something. I got some ideas for you. How are you getting on that guitar? How's that guitar playing going?
I'm still pretty mediocre with it, man, to be honest. But day by day, man, getting better.
You could practice if you want to do like, you could just do a duet, or whatever for mine, or you could just like do a guitar solo for TikTok.
Dude, I'll keep it in mind, dude. I'll keep it in mind as an option for me.
Andres said he's down. He's gonna be doing that.
Dude, he's probably way better than me at guitar. He's been playing.
He's fucking he's done that before. And he's amazing. He could just on the fly. I remember a lot like like he's an amazing engineering too. Alongside, of course, Sir Nicholas.
Sir Nick.
But yeah, so that's it. Zed, when are you dropping stuff? Are you recording?
Man, I don't know, man. I was just TBD on music for me, man. I was trying to record a song like a couple weeks ago, but it wasn't really going that good, to be honest.
Well, we'll figure something out. I got to keep my eye on you. And Dan. Dan's got something coming. I know that.
Yeah, I hear Dan's got the EP brewing.
So it'll be dope. So we'll talk more next week. Zed said he may join us. So that'll be dope. And
badass, dude.
Yeah. And so we'll talk more, and I'll see you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
I'll talk to you later.
Dan, good to meet you. Nick, good to see you.
Zed's in Austin, Nick.
Oh, dude, I would. Yeah, I would. I heard you got it going on over there, man.
Hey, so I'll see you guys later. Again, this is the Reviews and Brews podcast. I'm Zenodro. Dan was here before, and Zed. So thank you guys. I'll see you. Good night.
Later, guys.